This is the outside roof of the room that we had sheetrock. We're going to remove the two skylights. This one I've already removed. And you look how cheap, poorly this one was installed. They had no nails here. They just stuck it under the shingles and put a little bit of step flashing, and that's it. It was so simple to take out. But when you want to remove it, you just literally just take it out. And on the shingle side, just cut maybe a foot, foot and a half of shingles on each side. And if you could cut it where the joint is, right here, is better. So this is where your new piece is going to start. You can overlap them in a brick pattern so they could blend right in. They're obviously going to look new, but time will weather them out. I'm going to take this sheetrock out, and 2x6, 2x8 is going to go there, just like that, right here. So you're going to stick your deck in, and you want to put the 2x8 ½ inch lower. There it is. You're going to line it up just like that. So it's going to be a ½ inch lower than that. So the new decking will sit flush with that. You're going to put your felt paper and tack it back in. All right, there, the opening cleaned up, and all you need is a sawzall, hammer, and a pry bar. And you're going to measure. You can put 2x4 here, 2x6, 2x8, anything you want, but you just want a little bit of wood. You see the ½ inch decking, how compacted that is. That probably measures exactly a ½ inch. And look at here how swollen it is. But that's a good indication of where the leak was. Look at that. This is probably 3/4 of an inch. So you're gonna have to try and match this as flat as possible when you put the new decking. I'm gonna attach these braces right now. I put a single nail on that side so you could see this side is still flexible. But once you line it up with the bottom of the other decking, you can put it in place. And you can use screws if you don't have a framing gun. Framing gun is easier, but you can use screws. Just get 3-inch screws, and you're going to do this on all 4 sides. Let me do the other 3. All right, here's a 4 braces added on, and you can see that they're pretty close. I mean, they're off. Well, no, they're actually exact, so that's good. Just right here. As long as it's close to the bottom of that deck. So, and you need to put, this is 4 feet, so you want to put one here for additional support in case, well, somebody will eventually walk on here, but you don't want this to sponge down. And you can do it long way or crossway. You may want to put 2 crossway in. All right, that's it. There's the decking that's installed. It's nailed in place. Now what you're going to do is put your felt paper, and you want to squeeze the felt paper several inches to the left, to the bottom. You want to come over as much as you can, and you're going to do over more paper than where your shingles are, all the way around. Take that out, and like I tell you, you can come out to this joint here, whatever you're using, the underlayment type for the roof, just squeeze it under. Just squeeze it under as far as you can. The edge of this paper here is probably over here by now. I lifted up a couple of the nails, but then I'm going to work these shingles around. That's all you have to do. Just squeeze it around, and you're going to do it in 2 layers. Here's the end of this piece, so you can see I still have about another 1.5 feet. About another 1.5 feet to go. And the shingles on this side, just lift them up and put the paper underneath. Make sure there's no holes at all. And the second piece is going to go under the first piece. That way the water doesn't travel and get stuck under the paper. When you're going to start squeezing the shingles in, you need to start from the lowest part of the skylight and work your way up. And all you need is pry bar, and just squeeze underneath, lift it up, and then squeeze the new shingle underneath. and it's going to look different. There's no way about it, but it'll weather out in the... And if you haven't, when it comes down to nailing the shingles, if you haven't done this before, there's nail marks here, nail lines. That's where you put your nails. Don't put them down here, because you want the nail to be under here, this one, right about there. And the tar on this will melt and bond this together. But that's you can just right there. That's it. And you can do this by hand. You don't need to have a gun. It's just faster with a gun. If you nail correctly, this nail here is going to be sealed by that. So this nail goes on that nail line. That nail line goes on that seal. So you see that? You can just put the end of this shingle right on this line, right here. And keep that line going all the way across. But see that? The nail will go right there, which will go in that seal, which is right there. Once this gets hot, it'll start bonding quick. And the bottom of this shingle, see here, the shiny thing? It's got an adhesive, especially with this fucking heat here. It'll melt in no time and it'll stick to here. Keep your line straight and just take your time. Alright guys, this is it. And you have to just try and blend it in as best as possible. Believe it or not, that's the same shingle color.